Hey guys, it's Thaddeus. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own GABAwave and how to use Phenibut. Okay, so what is Phenibut? Phenibut is really just a GABA molecule, a neurotransmitter that's really beneficial to us, but it's attached to a phenyl ring so that it can pass through the blood-brain barrier. So if we just take powdered GABA, which a lot of people do and I see in a lot of formulations, a lot of nootropic, a lot of sleep formulations, that GABA probably does not cross the blood-brain barrier. By adding a phenyl ring to GABA, it becomes Phenibut and can cross the blood-brain barrier. So that's what we're talking about today, and that's what GABAwave was based on. So when GABAwave got taken off the market, lots of people were really disappointed. But it's super easy to make your own. That's what we're going to do. So in the 1960s, Phenibut was invented by the Russians. So in the USSR, they invented Phenibut, and it was specifically used as a prescription product for anxiety, PTSD, stress, insomnia, and depression. It may still be a prescription product there, but in the US, it's an over-the-counter supplement. So you can get it completely legally, over-the-counter, as a supplement to use it for all these amazing benefits that we're going to talk about today. And we're actually going to show you how to use that. So they also, I thought this was really interesting, in the 1970s, the Russian cosmonauts used Phenibut and actually were required to carry it in their medical kits so that they could use it in space for the anti-stress and anti-anxiety benefits with no loss in performance. So that's the nootropic benefit of Phenibut. You get anti-anxiety, anti-stress with no loss in performance. So really cool combination, and that is what people tend to use Phenibut for. So for me personally, I'll use Phenibut when I have a really big presentation and I need to be completely calm, completely focused, social, and have just none of that anxiety when I'm standing up in front of a lot of people. So I will use it. It's been extremely effective for me during those situations. Other people like to use it in place of alcohol when they go out at night or to parties. So if you don't want to drink and don't combine alcohol with your Phenibut, bad idea. Just don't do it. Instead of drinking, you can take Phenibut. Now, there are some things you're going to want to know about how to take it, when to take it, and we're going to go through those right now. Okay, so there are really great reasons why people will want to try Phenibut and why I personally use it. The first thing you're going to need is to buy some Phenibut. Three main sources for Phenibut or any nootropic that we recommend. Those are Peak Nootropics, Happy Hippo, and Powder City. Those have just been the three best sites to get high quality nootropics. When you're buying white powders over the internet, who knows what you're getting? So try to go to a reputable source. Now, the other thing you're going to need is a milligram, microgram, or gram scale to weigh. So you can feel like a drug dealer and have your own little pocket scale, but it's really critical. Most nootropics come with a scoop. This is not the scoop it comes with. They come with a plastic scoop and it says, hey, this is about the right amount for a dose. Who knows what dose you really want to take? And whenever I use the scoops that it comes with, depending on how much this is packed down, how much it's packed in here, and where you think the top of that spoon is, whether it's piled up or right at the very level, and whether you've packed it down, makes a huge difference in the weight of the nootropic that you're putting into your body. Get a scale and weigh the correct amount. Now, the typical amount people recommend for Phenibut is 500 to 1,500 milligrams. The sweet spot, especially for your first time, is about 1,000 milligrams. That's 1 gram. This is a gram scale. I'm going to weigh it with this on and weigh out about 1 gram. So that'd be 1,000 milligrams or 1 gram. So you just kind of estimate till you've done this for a little while. That's really close. That's 870 milligrams. 980 milligrams, so we got 20 to go. And there we go, 0.99 and 1.0 grams. So there's 1 gram. This is what it looks like. It's about this much powder. And the way that you would take this, now Dave Asprey recommends adding MCT oil or brain octane. He recommends adding that to everything. I love Dave. But this is not technically fat soluble. It's soluble in water just fine. It's also soluble in alcohol. Don't mix it with alcohol. Most people just recommend taking this and just putting it on the back of your tongue, swallowing it down with some water. It's really sour, especially if you take it that way. But goes down really fast. Wash it down with some water, completely done. That's about the dose you want. Now, what I end up doing is mixing it with a little bit of coffee. So this is not the coffee that I'm having in the morning that I'm going to sit down and I'm going to enjoy and really like the flavor of. It's going to be pretty sour, but still, compared to a lot of other things that I've taken, it's not bad at all. I will pour this into my coffee. I'll stir it up, and then I'll just drink it down. The benefit of adding this to caffeine is you get the benefit of a stimulant without any of the jitteriness, without the anxiety and stress producing response of that stimulant. Some people claim that Phenibut actually works better when it's synergistically, when it's combined with caffeine. So some people drink one or two sodas, like a Coke or something. I don't recommend drinking soda ever, but maybe a Zevia, Cola Zevia, but I just do it with coffee. So I'll get like a shot of espresso, swirl it up in here, drink it, drink some water, good to go. So that is how you're going to measure, weigh, and take it. The really critical and important thing, okay, and this is critical, it takes 2 to 5 hours before this kicks in. It's not something you're going to take and, hey, I've got 10 minutes, I'm going to notice something. 2 to 5 hours before it gets into your system and you may notice anything, and 7 hours before you get the peak effect. Once it's in your system, it's going to last about 7 hours before it starts declining in your bloodstream. Because it takes so long, that means you have to plan. You're going out to a party at night. When are you going to get there? When do you want it to kick in? 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock? Calculate 7 hours before that. That's when you want to take it on an empty stomach. So very critical to plan for not having food around the time you're going to take it, having an empty stomach, and taking it 7 hours before you want it. For me, that's presentation time. So if I have a presentation at 4, I'm going to take it at 8, 9, 10, 11, somewhere in there, so that my peak effects are going to occur right during that presentation. Now, what people say is it's like drinking alcohol without any of the alcohol. So your inhibitions are still the same as they've always been, but your stress, your anxiety, all of that is dialed way back, and your social ability, your desire to be sociable is dialed way up. So lots of benefit, no loss in performance, nootropic capacity to dial back anxiety and stress, dial up social ability, very critical in certain situations. Don't use it every single day. Very important that you cycle this nootropic. It can create dependency and withdrawal. So I use it really 3 times a year. Could you use it way more than that? Could you even use it weekly? Probably. I'm not going to tell you what you should do. You should do your own research. I use it very infrequently when I really need a targeted response in this specific way. For me, presentations. If you were to use it weekly, day on, 2 days off. Day on, 2 days off. Really cycle it and use it as a little as humanly possible, or you'll find yourself using more and more and more, and that's not good for anybody. Cycle is the key. Caffeine, empty stomach, 7 hours before peak performance of the nootropic. I hope that was helpful. This is Thaddeus. Let us know what other nootropics you guys would like to hear about, and we will dig into it. Till next time.